Hi everyone, it's Desert Rose. John, my husband, is here for this video. I just wanted to do a quick update on working with the Fairy Forest Oracle, and this is the book that it comes with, and I sewed a bag for it. So if you haven't seen the comparison video, and it has, well, I did feature this in other videos too. So I just wanted to talk about reading the cards, and this is for people that either have the borders or don't have the borders. You could just do it based off of, well, intuitively, however you read. So as you could see, there's different colored borders, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to title this Reading the Auras Off of These Cards, because that's what it reminds me of. And what makes it really cool is that there's different shades of some colors. So you could see that these are pretty similar, but they are different. There's a lot of shades of oranges and reds and blues. There's even creams in here too. So this is really specific to the card, and I really feel like it can give more of a reading if you want to read it like that. I know a lot of people think that there are too many borders on here. I understand that some people just don't like it. I love the borders because it really for me, it makes the card more balanced, because if the borders were cut, then the pictures would be a little bright for my taste. So I do have a book that I've had for a couple years, and it's one that I learned a lot from. I remembered that it had the auras in here, so I'm calling it probably Reading Auras Off of These Cards because it just reminds me of it. And I actually didn't tell John what I was doing for this video, so it's not really that special. But he saw me flip through it because it took a little bit to try to find, and then I just left it open so that we would have the page prepared for the video. So this is The Sabbaths, A New Approach to Living the Old Ways by Adrienneleaa. Sorry, I'm not saying the first name correctly, but I love this book. This has everything that you need. Really, well, you can always expand on it, but this has a lot of the basics that are just great for everyday practice, and I might do a review on it. I mean, it has like everything, like recipes, the Sabbaths, symbolism, different ritual tools. It even has like cross-stitching. There's a lot of pagan symbols in here. It's a very ritualistic deck, which is why it's called the Sabbaths. But in this section, we have Seeing Auras. And what's nice about this what's nice about this book is that there's different shades of some colors, and you can get a feel for it. Like once you study auras, I feel like you can really go off of what you feel, and again, it could be intuitively, and it could be like more of in a psychic way. But if you want to look through this book, so, and what's nice about this too, it's that it goes more into detail about certain colors of your aura. So I guess this is like a double take of like the deck and this book too. So I'm gonna pull out a card, and then I'll show you what the descriptions are from here. So we have the Queen of the Darkwood Elves. Sorceress. Rituals, powers, and will. I've been getting this card a lot. And this is premonition, foreshadowing, and mystery. So I was just looking into the card. But I have the main idea of why I've been getting it, because the event already happened, but there's still things that are gonna continue. And you don't have to go off of what people are saying again. So it's funny that this reminds me of more like the color of sperm or reproduction, and like reproducing or creation of some type of manifestation that you're getting from this foreshadowing that's going to happen, or bringing things into light. This is very specific to my meaning, so I'm gonna see how interesting it is to find the color. Now, it may not have the specific color, but you can get an idea and then use your judgment and maybe combine some colors that you have. And of course, you can always look into other avenues on the internet or other sources. So
it's between silver and gray, if you ask me.
That's interesting, because I was getting more of like a cream, like a beige, a grayish undertone for the beige. I don't know if you guys could see that. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying? Sorry.
No, flip the page. Other way. That and that.
Silver, gray, and beige. So I'm going to read all three of them. There isn't a lot of it, but there's enough to go by if you want to use the book again. So with silver, I'm reading here. I'm reading the gray one after. So silver indicates a person interested in a spiritual attainment, though they often get in the superficial doses. It is also the color of wisdom, and when it is seen at all, it is often around elderly persons. Gray is a very negative color in an aura. If the color is localized, and it indicates a serious illness in that part of a body. Otherwise, it means a negative personality, one who is violent, dangerous, and best avoided. That makes sense for this one, for having those undertones. And I'm going to read the beige one, which is here. Beige indicates mediocrity and slow intellect. Mediocrity, and a slow intellect. It does not mean that beiges are bad people. They usually placid and pretty happy, just not overly bright or active. So I would say the closest, since we did see, I saw some of the undertones for the beige and the gray. So that makes sense. Oh, did you want to do yours too?
Okay.
I'd say olive, or
yeah.
I was seeing olive, green, brown.
Well, whatever
olive.
You feel like. Olive is on this page. So you could read whatever.
You want me to read?
No, you want me to read?
I'm not reading on YouTube.
This color is indicative of a person who is encased by his or her own negative emotions. This person often displays petulant behavior of a child and is someone who is usually searching for a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow while ignoring the joys and pleasures at hand. Which these meanings again are very specific, so you can take what feels right to you. I'm sorry, I'm so oily. from being out. But
Green.
and you want me to read the green?
Try green. Yeah.
Green. Oh, here. Green indicates a loving and trusting nature. It is the color of people who prefer their home life to any other, and it's often seen around happy parents. Green is also seen around artists. Lighter greens can indicate an overinflated ego, and deeper greens can indicate the deceitful nature of con artists. Not surprisingly, nature lovers have lots of green in their auras. So all these things that they do remind you of certain like people that have specific interests. So I mean, that was it for my video. I'm probably gonna do a review on this since I used this a lot. I haven't used it lately because I haven't really used a lot of my books besides looking into my tarot books. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. And John.